unintentional body language and learn to practice and refine how he uses non-verbal communication when delivering a speech.
Fellow Toastmasters and guests, we all think that communication is just words. We limit the scope of the word communication to only our words and our expressions. But that's not true. You see, most of the communication is non-verbal, which means your stance, your gestures, your eye contact, and your unconscious tics and expressions that all make up your communication. Today, I will guide you on 8% of our communication is non-verbal. Where did I get that figure from? I could tell you, but then I will be disbarred from this club and every other Toastmasters club on earth forever. So better not go there. You see, we spend our lives being discouraged to express ourselves. We are told to sit still and quiet, not to stare at people, not to raise our voice, not to do anything that is not expected of us. That is why we are naturally raised to be still, rigid, shrunk within ourselves. And when we start talking to people, our first instinct is to fold our hands like this. Luckily, this training program is designed to address all those aspects. But before I highlight some aspects of body language, let me announce that I have invented a potion. It is called Body Lingus, and it's designed to enhance your body language. It has absolutely no side effects, although if your enhanced body language lasts for more than 4 hours, you better consult a physician. Let me take a sip now. And it tastes delicious. The first aspect of body language is your stance. Your stance is very important in conveying your meaning to the audience. If you stand like this, you won't be able to connect to the audience, and you will appear very rigid and lacking self-confidence. Instead, you should stand like this with your arms off your side and perhaps steeple your arms if you are uncomfortable. But clasping and crossing them across your chest is strictly not recommended. You see, the potion is already working wonders. Next aspect of body language is your gestures. Your gestures can come from your hands or your feet. They help elaborate your speech better because, as I told earlier, 94.8% of communication is nonverbal. Therefore, you can do various gestures, but before that, I think I'd like another sip of my magic potion. Wow, That felt amazing. Now, what can you do with those gestures? You can do this expansive gesture to include your audience, or you can mime drinking something like this, effective, right? Or you can point to something or someone to add more emphasis to your point. You see the improvement just a little body language can bring to your speech? Now, we move on to the last and most crucial aspect of body language, and that is eye contact. But I think I'll have some more of that portion first. That felt magical. Eye contact, and nothing is happening, thank God. Eye contact connects you to your audience, but it should be balanced. You cannot stare at someone until they get creeped out. You need to creep out various members of the audience, and ideally all members equally. Eye contact can also be used to express emphasis. So for example, if you're feeling that your audience isn't really connecting to your speech, maybe you can address one member of the audience and talk to them personally. Can you all see me? Suddenly everything is fading. I think there's a power outage. Everything is dark. So I believe I better sit down on my seat and continue this when power comes back. Over.